Hi, welcome to my channel, The Parent and Priestess. I'm Lois, and today I want to talk to you about what to do if my child is not listening to me. We can make this so much more complicated than it is. It's really simple. If they're not listening to you, you are in that moment not operating from soul level, you're operating from the level of the mind, which brings you into disconnection, and they cannot hear you from that place, simply cannot hear what you're saying. Communication might also be a way of communication that's not conscious, and that means basically not coming from a soul level. So the communication part is one key part of it, but communication, I just got cold shivers. The communication part is always coming from the level of the metaphysical, which is of the mind. So when we move into the soul space, communication breaks down. And actually, when you soul align into a certain point, you can communicate with your child non-verbally. And when you get to that space, that's really, really special. That's a place where, I'm just so got tingles all over in this video. That's a place where you can then simply communicate with no language spoken. It's just a knowing as to what they need next. It's a knowing as to how to connect on that level and comfort them, or have the connection with them where you don't need to talk, you don't need language. So how to get them to listen? First of all, you need to let go of the notion that they need to listen to you. This is a big key part in this, huge key part in this. You need to drop all expectations, all of that conditioning that says that they need to listen to you because you are up here and they're down here. Yes, of course, we have to keep them safe, because everyone always goes into that. As soon as you say they don't have to listen to you, they're their own sovereign being, they can make their own decisions and their own choices and things. Everyone always goes into that. But what if they run out in the road? Where we still have a level of duty of care to them as their parents, to keep them safe. So what would be best in this soul alignment to keep them safe is to obviously not allow them to run out in the road or not to do unsafe things. But a lot of the time, things that we deem to be unsafe actually are okay, and we just need to kind of sit back and breathe and allow them to experience that experience, even though we're feeling like, oh, they're going to get hurt. Obviously, running out in the road is not one of those things that is within that realm. So we don't have to go from one extreme to the other, and this is the duality of the mind and where it goes to. If it's not that, it must be that. No, this is neither. It's none of those things. It's a completely different space. It's a soul space. So if your child is not listening to you and you're feeling like you've placed in boundaries and you're trying to be gentle, and you still feel like you're just in a disconnected space with them, it's likely that all you need to do is go within and soul align. And it sounds so simple, and it sounds almost too easy, and I promise you it is. The mind will never ever conceptualize how easy this is, because the mind always has to have real structure, meaning placed on anything so that it understands what's going on, so that it feels safe, so that it feels like you are being kept safe, because you believe that you are your mind, and you are not your mind, you're your soul. When we are a baby, brought into the world, we're born in this purity, we're born in this light, we're born in this presence of just I am. And then our mind, our brain, is just an empty computer ready to be programmed with all of the conditioning and all of the patterns and all of the systems that we have going on within parenting, within society, within relationships, within education, within social, within how we live our lives, within what we deem to be a good person or a worthy person, or materialistic things, or like what home we have, what car we drive. We believe we're the mind, so we believe that I am this person, I am the mother, I am the wife, I am the friend, I am the sister, I am the nurse, I am the doctor, I am the teacher, I am the like whatever it is, whatever job you do, what job title you are, like I own this, I own that, blah 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 blah, I am spiritual, like all those things is what we believe that we are, and that's not it. That's your personality, that is the duality space, that's the mind, that's how the universe operates in a system of duality, which isn't good or bad, that's just what it is. That's how the mind is programmed to operate. So the programming of the mind is the duality space, the opposite space. We're moving into singularity space, which is the soul, which is no opposite. And that's where children hear you from, that's where they can listen from, that's where they want to do what you ask them to do from. And when you ask them to do something, if you have no attachment to the outcome, meaning you don't give a flying fuck if they listen to you or not, but not from like a space of like, I don't care if you don't listen to me, from a space of, I have no preference, because I know that either way, whether you listen to me or not, you are whole, I am whole. I do not need that external validation to know or to feel like feed into that illusion that I'm doing a good enough job with you as a parent. When you move into that paradigm, you just simply, like, all those layers of pressure on yourself and on their little shoulders. Oh, it's just so much pressure on their little shoulders. Like, all of that gets removed from like you, them, your house, like the whole situation where you are. Like, the whole entire energy system shifts and changes into a new paradigm for soul. And that's really it. And when you when you I don't know why I'm getting so many shivers through this video, like, you must really need to hear this. When you move into that space of soul to soul connection, they can really hear you from that space. They want to do what you ask them, when you ask them from a space of neutrality, from a space of non-expectation of, you don't have the control in whether they listen to you or not. You're on the same level. So it's not a, you do what I say or else, and it's not a, please do what I say, I really need you to do what I say, please help me, poor me if you don't do what I say, I'm going to get so upset, I'm going to cry, like, you know, all that kind of stuff, like that inducing of shame, that inducing of like them being above you, them being the parent to you almost, and like, please do what I ask, please. When you're moving into that space, or you're moving into that space of like, you have to do what I say, end of, I'm the parent, I'm the adult, you do what I say, like blah 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 blah, or else. We're not coming from either of those spaces. And so often people think, well, if I lose control of my child, then I'm going to go out of control, or I'm going to be in the permissive space of having no rules, no boundaries, and they're going to run riot and be feral and like run rings all around me, get their own way, be manipulative, give in, blah 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 blah. So we can move from that space to that space. That's in the mind, that's duality. The soul space is singularity, and there's no opposite there. There's no rules or structure, but there is, of course, the leveled space of soul. So of course you have boundaries in this space, of course you do. But you don't really need boundaries when you're in the soul space, because it's so effortlessly flowing and so effortlessly easy. It just moves in that way. It's not a push-pull thing, it's just a flowing together thing. So really all you need to do, if they're not listening, is go within yourself and look up, where am I not listening to my soul? Where am I ignoring myself? Where am I stomping my feet and not wanting to look within? Where am I screaming to be fucking heard? Where am I not speaking up and speaking my truth? Where am I suppressing myself? And go within and listen there. And that's where you will find the gold. That's where you'll find the magic. That's where you'll be able to just instantaneously soul align and step into that space of then listening to you. It's really that simple.